Right, hello everyone and welcome to this new video on the channel. So today I'm going to be doing my League One predictions for the 24-25 season. So out of all the leagues from Premier to National League that I did last year, League One was the best that I did. However, this year it is a very tough league with some very good teams in it this year. And it's going to be very hard to predict, but we're going to give it our best go. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So we're going to go from bottom to top, so from 24th place to first place. So starting with the four teams that are going down then, and someone has got to finish last and in 24th. Unfortunately, I have put Crawley Town. I just don't see being anyone else, to be honest with you. They did very, very well to get promoted out of a tough League 2 as well last year, and I predicted them bottom of League 2 last year. They've gone up, and they've pretty much sold the whole squad that got them up. They have replaced them, but like I say, they're a team that did well to get up with the squad that they had. I think that's more to do with like the core of the team, and that's been completely ripped out. So, like I say, all these new ones might gel and it might work, or it might be absolutely, shocking. And I think it's going to be more of a latter. I just don't see them doing well, and I think they're coming straight back down to League 2. Finishing second bottom in 23rd, I've gone for Cambridge United. They're a team that they usually get picked to go down every year, and they manage to survive. Unfortunately, I don't feel like that's the case this time, though. I think the league's a lot stronger than it has been the last 2 years, and there's some very good teams in it. Even down the bottom, it's going to be tough to compete, and I just think they're going to go, unfortunately. Like I say, I hope I'm wrong. I know Cambridge fans won't be happy with this, but hopefully they can prove me wrong and stay up. Third bottom, I have gone for Shrewsbury Town. Now, they have made a few incomings. A lot will be familiar to my team, Doncaster Rovers, in Harrison Biggins and John Marquis. But I still don't think they'll quite have enough. Like I say, they struggled last year. I think the division's a lot stronger. The teams coming up are stronger. It's just going to push a lot of them teams who just survived, down. I know it's a bit of a lazy pick, but that's just what I think. I just think Shrewsbury are just not going to have enough, and they're going down. Now, for the final team that's going down, I did have another team originally, and I've literally swapped them at the 11th hour because I think they're going to survive now. So the team that I now think is going to go down is Stevenage. Now, they had a decent season last year, finishing in 9th place. They were in the playoffs up until the end of the season, and then they slipped down them. And then a couple of weeks before the season ended, Steve Evans jumped ship to Rotherham United. And I think he was part of the reason why they stayed up. I predicted them to stay up last year, mainly down to him. I'm not a big fan of him as a person, but as a manager, you can't deny he knows how to get results. I think we're going to really struggle without him. Dan Kemp's a pretty good signing, to be fair, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think we're going to struggle. I'll predict a drop off. I thought they'd just survive. However, I have swapped him with another team, so I have got Stevenage going down, and that is my bottom four. Okay, so now just avoiding relegation of a team who I swapped out at the last minute in 20th place. I've gone for Burton Albion. I think they are going to survive. I started my drafts for predictions about a month ago, and they've been in that ever since, and they've only just come out of it, but they've made a lot of new signings, and they look to be playing some good football at the minute, to be fair. For one of them teams, they either start appallingly, go on a really good run and survive, or they start pretty well around mid-table, and then they have a massive drop-off at the end of the season and just survive as well. So I think it's going to be more of a latter. I think they're going to have a decent start around mid-table, and then I think last couple of months of the season, they're going to drop off a bit, and they're just going to survive in the end. But nevertheless, surviving is a good result for Burton. They're always thereabouts. I thought they'd be there this year, but I'm going to have them thereabouts. I think they'll just survive in 20th. In 19th, I have gone for Exeter City. Had a decent season last year, to be fair, surviving pretty comfortably in the end, but I think it's going to be a tougher year this year. Like I say, the quality of the division has got a lot higher, and I think it's just going to push them down a few places. I don't think they're going to have as good a year, but I still think they are going to stay up. In 18th, I've gone for Northampton Town. Did very, very well staying up last year. I had them to stay up, but I know a lot had them to go down. Sam Hoskins with the goals really helped them as well, and they've been a decent team. But I think a bit of second season syndrome might hit them. I think they are going to fall down a couple of places, but I think they're going to survive pretty comfortably. In 17th, I've gone for Leyton Orient, another team who came up the year before and did really well last year under Richie Wellens. I think there's going to be a bit of a drop-off, like I say, a bit of second season syndrome again, and they have lost the main striker as well, so that is going to affect them in terms of goals. So, yeah, I have got Leyton Orient dropping off a bit. In 16th place, I've gone for Mansfield Town, finally getting into League One. It feels like they're always kind of there, but just couldn't get over the line. But now they have, and they are in League One, and they'll be wanting to kick off and remain a League One team for a while. And I think they will. I think they've got a good squad, they've got good foundations, and they're building on that as well, bringing a few players in. And like I say, that team last year were a very, very good League 2 team, and I think they'll do well in League 1 as well. 15th, I've gone for Bristol Rovers. Very, very hard to predict where Bristol are going to finish. And to be honest, I think they can finish absolutely anywhere. I think if they do well, they could even be up near the playoffs. If they do well, they could easily be in a relegation dogfight. But I think they're going to be somewhere in between. And I've got them finishing in 15th. In 14th place, I've gone for Wycombe Wanderers. They've had a few interesting seasons, obviously going up to the Championship and doing well under Ainsworth. And then they've kind of swapped that out and obviously got the new manager in. And yeah, it's been a bit of a rocky spell, shall we say, to how they've done. But they've kind of settled down a bit, I feel, and they're kind of, a solid mid-table League 1 team now. And I think that's what they'll do again this season. In 13th, I've gone for Reading, another very hard team to predict where they'll do. Obviously, we had all sorts of issues last year with, Viola Die Young and points deductions and all that sort of stuff. I know they're probably not fully sorted yet, but it's hard to see how they'll do. I've not really heard of many incomings at Reading. So, yeah, I'm going to go around mid-table. I'm sure they'll, hopefully get these issues sorted this season. And they'll start to, like I say, increase their positioning in League 1 season on season. And hopefully get back up to the Championship. But for this season, I'm going with 13th. Moving into the top half now, then in 12th place, I've gone for Lincoln City. They had a very good year last year, a very good run of form as well around March, April time. Just missing out on the playoffs in the end. I'm not expecting a massive drop off, but I think they will drop off a bit. Mainly just down to the strength of the league, the teams that's come in, and other teams who might have finished below them last season strengthening as well. So I don't think they'll be a bad team. Like I say, Sinsel Bank or the Elniart Stadium, as it's called now, is a very, very tough place to go to. And yeah, I don't think it'll be a bad season, but it's just other teams around them improving as to why I've got Lincoln a bit lower. In 11th place, I've gone for Stockport County. So with Stockport, it wouldn't surprise me as well if they do actually finish higher than I predicted them here. I think this is probably the lowest they'll finish. I don't think they'll finish any lower than 11th. They'll have a decent year. We've got a very, very good squad, like I say. We've had a Crawley's keeper to that as well. So we've got, there'll be a good squad for League 1, the League 2 champions will be. And yeah, I think they'll have a very, very good season. And yeah, they'll want to build on this season next year. I think they'll have a solid mid-table finish this season, and then they'll really try and build on an aim for the playoffs next season. And in 10th place, I'm sure this is the team that everyone's been waiting to see where I predict. Wrexham. I think Wrexham are going to come 10th. And, if any Wrexham fans are watching this and think that's a bit harsh, 10th in your first season back in League 1 is not a bad finish. You were in National League 2 years ago, so to go from National League to finishing 10th in League 1 in two seasons is very, very good. But yeah, they've got a good squad, Wrexham. We've got a good manager in Phil Parkinson. And yeah, they'll have a good year, I think. Like I say, I think Mullen will get goals at this level. I think, the other players all do well as well. Elliot Lee and, all the others that we've got, they'll have a good year as well. And like I say, 10th isn't bad. I don't think they'll get playoffs. I think they will be around 10th, maybe a bit higher. I don't think they'll be much lower than this, to be honest with you. But yeah, not a bad season for Wrexham, in my opinion, and a 10th place finish. In 9th place, I've gone for Charlton Athletic. So Charlton looked in real trouble last year and a good chance of getting scraped into a relegation dogfight. But they managed to survive. They've got Nathan Jones in, and he did really well and got them well clear of any danger. And I think they'll kick on this year. I think losing Alpha May is a big miss, but, that's a lot of goals to replace as well. But I do think they'll do well. I think they'll keep improving. And I think they'll move themselves in the right direction and get a pretty good 9th place finish, in my opinion. In 8th place, I've gone for Blackpool. So an 8th place finish once again for Blackpool here. A very solid League 1 team. Like I say, I think we're going to have one of them years again where they're around the playoffs all season but just miss out. And I know I keep referring to this, but I think that is just to do with the quality of the league. I think next year, like I say, if they keep going as they are, they'll have a real good chance of getting in the playoffs. I've got a pretty good squad for League 1 as well, but I think they're just going to miss out. In 7th place and just missing out on the playoffs, I have gone for Peterborough United. I've had these in the playoffs since I did my draft, but I have dropped them out at the last minute as well. They've lost a lot of players. Like I say, Mason Clark's gone, Clark Harris, Burrows. They've lost a lot of players. They are replacing them, and they've made some interesting appointments. They always seem to Peterborough. They either sign someone you've never heard of, or they'll bring someone through who has a really, really good season. And that'll probably happen again this year. It won't surprise me if we do get playoffs, but I just think we've lost a lot of the best players. I think it sounds like there's some other issues going on behind the scenes as well. And I just think they're going to fall short. Moving into those playoff places then, so taking the first place in 6th, I have gone for Wigan Athletic. I think there's going to be an improvement at Wigan. Obviously, they started with the points deduction last year. I think it was -8 points they started on, and they pretty much made that up, win 3 games with 3 wins, or close enough to that anyway. So, yeah, I think they'll have a good year this year. I think they'll build on it. Sean Maloney seems to be doing a decent job at Wigan, and they'll bring players in. I don't think they have brought that many in yet, but I'm sure they will bring some more in. And yeah, I think it'll be a good, positive season for Wigan, moving back in the right direction, and I think they'll get a 6th place finish. In 5th place, I am going for Barnsley. So they've lost a few players, especially likes of Herbie Kane and Devante Cole, but I still think they'll have enough quality. They're a decent team, Barnsley. They're always going to be a strong side at League One. So yeah, I still think they're going to have a good season. They're going to get in playoffs once again. They've had a tough time the last 2 years in the playoffs, so I'm hoping to go one better this time. In 4th place, I've gone for Huddersfield Town. The lowest of the teams coming down, in my opinion. They've got a good manager in Michael Duff, in my opinion, and we brought a few decent players in as well. But I think it's going to take a bit of time to adapt to League One. We had a bad end to the season last year as well, and that's not just going to go away overnight. So I think it's going to take a bit of time. I think they'll probably start off a bit slow, but then they'll have a good end to the season, and it won't surprise me at all if they end up winning the playoffs. In 3rd place, I've gone for Bolton Wanderers. They're always going to be there or thereabouts. Bolton, and like I say, if it weren't for strength at league, I would fancy him to be in the top 2. I predicted them to win it last year. And yeah, they've still got a decent squad. Like I say, it's going to make a change them not playing Barnsley in the playoff semi-finals. I've got them against Wigan, which will be a nice local derby, to be fair. And Huddersfield Barnsley is a local Yorkshire derby as well. So predict for playoffs pretty good here, in my opinion. But yeah, I think Bolton they'll be strong this year once again. But just like last year, I just don't think they'll have enough to get over the line. Moving on to my top 2 then, in 2nd, I've gone for Rotherham United. A lot of predicts are a bit lower. I personally think, and as a Donny fan, I don't like saying this, but I think they'll have a very, very good season. Steve Evans is a very good manager for Rotherham, in my opinion. And like I say, as much as I don't like him as a person, he gets results, and he's going to do well with this Rotherham team. They've been an easy team to beat in the Championship. He's going to make them a lot harder to beat in League One. They've signed some class players. Clark Harris coming in, he's going to get goals for Rotherham. He didn't play much for Peterborough, so I think he'll do well for Rotherham. And then, quite a lot of other players as well. Reece James at left back. Obviously, the biggest miss is Vic Johansson leaving to Stoke, but I still think they'll do pretty well. And yeah, I'm going to go for Rotherham finishing 2nd and going back up to the Championship. And that means in top place, I've gone for Birmingham City. And to be fair, it kind of speaks for itself. It's a no-brainer in my opinion. I just can't see anyone else, winning the league. I think other teams will push them close. I think they'll do all right. But yeah, I think Birmingham are going to win the league. We've made some very good signings, likes of Alpha Mate, and sounds like we've got a lot of others coming in as well. The owners are pumping a lot of money into Birmingham. Sounded like from a lot of fans as well, that were saying last year what best it kind of felt supporting Birmingham, like the most stable it's felt, yet they've still got relegated. So it's weird. Like, Birmingham fans are the most optimistic they've ever been, yet they've been relegated last season. So yeah, I think, like I say, good times are ahead for Birmingham. I think we're going to win the league pretty easy and go back up to the Championship. Okay, so that's my League One predictions then. So I'll put the full table just at the side of me so you can view it. So yeah, like I say, we're going to disagree on a few. Just don't take it too seriously. Let me know your predictions. Let me know your top 6, who's going down, where your team's going to finish and who's going to be your dark horse for the season. So anyway, I'm going to leave the video here. So thank you very much for watching. If you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel and like the video, whether you're an old or new viewer. We've already done the National League and League 2, so they'll be on the playlist that I'll link at the end of the video. And we've also got Championship and Premier League to come in the next week or so keep an eye out for that. So until the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.